My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded. We are going to be going in with the Guardian, who I have now failed with twice in a row. Hold your applause. 24 damage for a random Relic seems like a good idea. Alright, gambling chip at the start of each combat, discard any number of cards and then draw that money. I will also have access to the mode shifter here. Maybe it will save me when I put myself inevitably in some sort of a poor position. It will step up to the plate. None, right? I just double defend, twin slam the front line. Ooh, good fight. Good fight. No, never mind. It's a bad fight now because we have to take 5 damage. We don't have a healing ability. It's 5 too much damage. Alright. Speed potion. Gain 5 dex. At the end of your turn, lose 5 dex. There's also courts, emergency, and future plans. I mean, future plans is the biggest stasis enabler in the entire game, right? At the end of your turn, place up to 1 card in your hand to the stasis. So we'll take that, and then we'll try and take like a bunch of Orb Walk cards. Randomize your starter relic. Let's go. At the end of combat, heal for 6 HP is so much better. Alright, I probably just want 2 defends and the future plans. Or future plans and curl up, deal some damage as well as full defend. Beautiful. Put a strike in there as well. Let's get a defend back to play for free. I mean, come on, what is not to love about this? Let's put the curl up there. Kill this turn, that's fine. Strike into stasis? Yeah. The only problem with putting the strike into stasis here is that it made it less likely I draw an aggressive hand, but we still drew an aggressive hand, so it's all good. Time Bomb! Place this card into stasis. When this card would leave stasis, deal 20 damage to all enemies. Volatile. Upgrades to be 30. I don't have to spend the 2 to use the Time Bomb here, so yes. It's very good for us. So the upgrade of future plans is make it innate. That's going to be important so that all of my cards can be put into it. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 energy. That's actually going to be pretty handy for us for a while. Our future plans curl up. No, Red, damn it. Sorry. I was trying to put the curl up into the stasis. That's my bad. Well, I'll just place this one manually into stasis because I can, right? Put a defend up there as well. So what? Next turn we curl up, defend, strike. Only doing it in this order fully defends us. Any other order, we still would have taken some damage. So, I'm happy doing it this way. So we just play out literally this entire hand. Nothing is even slightly affected there. However, we have now taken damage this combat. Let's put the curl up there. Defend as much as we can. Putting a curl up there was immediately dumb because it'll come back on the turn that I no longer need it. That said, Bug fallen down. Pretty happy with it. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP, so we're healing 6 at the end, 2 at the start. Ooh, neat. Place a card from your discard pile into stasis. We don't have enough cards that benefit from stasis yet. We could take a Quartz here. No real downside to taking it. Upgrade the Time Bomb. Although I should have enhanced my Quartz into the Twin Strike first. Gain 2 random gems or upgrade a card. Probably upgrade another card. Upgrade the Twin Slam to get a second socket. Then I can actually use it effectively. Twin chest, tiny chest. Upon pick up, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Alright, a Voidling. We should be okay in this combat overall. Only 1 damage taken that turn. And another block. Beautiful. None taken this turn either. Still has to be curl up first. God. We're not taking much damage, but we're definitely not dealing much either. Thank heck we have that time bomb. Voidling down, we'll take the Fear Potion, Clone, Ruby Crystal Beam. Probably none of them. Clone is the closest. Choose a card, place a copy of that card into stasis. Yeah, it's Clone. Imagine cloning the time bomb. I'm gonna throw all of those looking for Clone. I did not find Clone. Now I have to decide whether or not I'm leaving the frontliner alive while I wait for the time bomb to tick down, or not. Whether or not I'm doing that or not, apparently. I'm thinking it's curl up, Courts, defends. I mean, it's a full defense. Good lord, I cannot stop sneezing, apparently. Alright, we've now reshuffled the deck as well. Have no way to use all of the energy that we've commanded here. That's okay, though. At the very least, we have lethal on the target we wanted it on. Come on, game. Knew it. Warding Shard. For each axe you climb, gain 1 dex at the start of combat. Very, very neat. Places card in stasis. No, we're going to have problems with the amount of cards that we can have in stasis at any one time if we start taking things like Stasis Strike. Deal 6 damage if you have a card in stasis. Temporal Strike is just a card that's better if I have cards in stasis, and I guess I can. Throw an Explosive Potion at the immediate start of this fight and just throw anything that isn't an attack. Excellent. Oh god, I love having at least 1 AoE, if not an Explosive Potion for that combat. Second Temporal Strike, maybe a bit much. It's 12 damage for 1. It's 16 damage for 1 energy. I mean, upgrade both of those. That'll carry us through a lot of combats. All right, let's quickly enhance the Courts into the Twin Slam. Have a look at what upgrade we get from Clone before upgrading a Temporal Strike instead. Clone becomes 0 cost. Not actually that ridiculously impactful right now. Get the upgrades on these Temporal Strikes. Because we just always have cards in stasis save our first hand. Oh, look at that. Well, ain't that just the prettiest thing? Clone the Time Bomb. Not able to play the Time Bomb. Should have thought... Oh, never mind. I'm not supposed to play the Time Bomb I put into stasis. No duh, Ryan. No duh. You should have known that. It's time for an Explosive Potion and open up the combat. I mean, come on. That's a really effective turn to open up the combat. I'll put a Defend up there rather than the Curl Up because I want to be able to cycle back into the Curl Up in my next 2 hands. If that's at all available to me. Alright, we've got him. Choose your bracelet. Normal enemy encounters and no longer encountered in question mark rooms, as well as the Emerald Key. Fierce Bash. Deal 30 damage. Tick. Increase this card's damage by 3. That is going to be a really interesting way to try and deal some damage in this combat. So Tick triggers while its cost is reduced. Or whenever its cost is reduced. So I'm just going to have a Fierce Bash that does a bunch of damage eventually here. So this is 16, 16, 12, 16, 12 is 28. That's not enough to put the enemy on the ground, right? No, it's 1 over. We're fine. Let's put Clone into stasis, sure, because it might... Damn it, if only Time Bomb was the exact bottom card of my deck, that actually might have been relevant. Do I want Time Bomb to be the bottom card of my deck for some reason? Sorry, do I want to leave it in the shuffle, I mean? So we end up with a draw pile comprising of 13, sorry, 12 cards. We draw 4, so it's a third chance to end up with the Time Bomb. No, we probably don't focus on that. So we just pop the Time Bomb up there while we have the opportunity. Okay, Clone comes back, and sure, we'll put Curl up there. Kind of always wanted that. Fierce Bash comes back to my hand and deals 59 damage from 1 energy at this point in time. You can see why I maybe wanted to put it up there. And now next time I draw it, I just put it back in stasis and wait until it does, you know, 80 damage. It is going to be a wild time. I've still taken no damage to this boss at all, so I am very much trying to keep that up. Alright. We've got it. Goodbye, Guardian. And hello to Gem Cannon, Citrine, and Spot Weakness. Well, we'll just take the Citrine at this point in time, right? All of the rest of those don't really make sense with this style of deck. Citrine only makes sense, really, in that it makes Twin Slam free. Okay, so we proceed. So our quests are remove 5 cards. We can do 1 more really easily. Lugbull and Gremlin Leader. Lugbull, unfortunately, is a quest we only just picked up, so it's not relevant. We'll just remove that. Die might happen. Time Bomb would take. Suspension would probably not take. I don't need that at this point in time. Pocket Watch, Dreamcatcher, Pocket Sentry, which is a Guardian mod relic. At the start of each turn, alternates between dealing 7 damage to a random enemy or applying 1 weak to all enemies. And Vent Save as well. Okay, just making sure there are all things that we might actually take. There's no bonus for picking up curses, so you probably don't go with the Calling Bell. I'm erring on the side of Ectoplasm here, just because of the fact that I do want to add more expensive cards to this deck, like more Time Bombs, so I'm going to need to hardcast some of them. That said, the Runic Pyramid at the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand, gives me the ability to put the Time Bomb and Clone in the same hand 100% of the time, or Clone and Fierce Bash in the hand 100% of the time together. I'm going to take Ectoplasm, but... It's basically if I want to go for like a thicker stasis, or if I want to go for... What's the difference? A thicker stasis deck, or if I want to go for a stasis deck that is more tricky. Effectively just deciding between those. There's the ability to get 4 elites this floor, but one of them is... One of them is a nightmare. If I only go for 3, I can get 2 extra rests as well as a bunch of extra question marks as well. That seems better for me. Give Bear his chip. We're not going to do that. You don't get actually any reward worthwhile to bother. In my experience, at least. I have not found it particularly worthwhile. Let's pop the Bash up there for a while. Oh, clone the Time Bomb, play the Time Bomb, Temporal Strike. Perfect. It's over for you in a couple turns' time, buddy. Just prepare. Okay, it's gonna hurt me a lot more in the meantime, but now you're going down. Essence of Steel, gain 4 plated armor, as well as Suspension, Ancient Attack, and Bauble Beam. Well, Bauble Beam is only really interesting here because we do have a Citrine that is unsocketed at this point in time. So if we socket that Citrine into a Bauble Beam, it is going to pay us back the entire cost, as well as trigger 2 times the other effect. But once we upgrade, it's actually a refund of energy. So we'll take a Bauble Beam here. I think we just use all of this. I guess Twin Slam, literally just... Oh, sweet! Looking for something to put into stasis was going to be the completion of that sentence. Could hardly be demonstrated better for us. Card into stasis, definitely defense. Need to try and make sure I always have access to just a little bit of defense at the very least. Can't believe I cannot stasis a card there at all. Ugh, that's my bad. I might actually start needing more stasis slots. I never thought that was going to be a concern of ours. It's a good concern to have. Swift Potion, draw 3 cards. Probably more impactful than the Essence of Steel. Aqua Marine, add a ward to your hand. So wards are actually interesting for us because they're like 0 cost block for 3, I think. And they exhaust. But they block for 5 because of the warding shard for me. So if I put this and Citrine into Bauble Beam would refund me 1 energy and protect me for 15. That's a lot of defense. Vent Steam does give me money. Oh no, it would give me money, but Ectoplasm means it can't give me money. I'm gonna take the Aquamarine, try and go with this. Ooh! Hang on. Destroy all gems in a socketed card? No. Remove socketed card, gain its gems. I might actually do that on Twins. No, I have Aquamarine and Citrine already. It's fine. Add a gem to a socket. This is something you can do as a free action in a campfire. Remove a card, gain a random gem. I might just remove a card and gain a random gem, but the problem is if I gain it... Oh, no. I have an extra socket in the Twin Slam. That's fine. So we just remove, what, a normal strike? And we got Garnet. Hell yeah. Oh, you can do all of them. Oh, okay. Okay, I get this now. Citrine goes into the Bauble Beam. Oh, and you can do it in... Okay, I understand this now. 3 vulnerable to all enemies is actually kind of cool. Moved enough cards from my deck to get money that I can't have. Beautiful. Destroy all gems in the socketed card. Remove socketed card, gain its gems. None of those, thank you very much. Bottled Lightning. Upon pick up, choose a skill. Start each comp without any opening hand. Let's put Time Bomb there, I guess. Just have it going off as quickly as possible. Lose... Probably don't want to lose the gold. Lose the unupgraded Temporal Strike? Sure. And we got Puzzle Cube. At the start of each turn, Puzzle Cube picks a random card in your draw pile. If you play that card, draw a card. Timing. ... Alright, we definitely have to upgrade Bauble Beam now. Okay, so it's Bauble Beam that if we play. Beautiful. Choose any number of cards to throw back. No, not at this point, thank you. This is good. This will be fine. So let's quickly... Future plans. We're actually cloning Bauble Beam here rather than Time Bomb. It'll make sense in a bit. Or rather, it should pretty immediately make sense because... Bauble Beam is really, really broken in terms of how much damage... Sorry, how much defense it gives us. And... all the value it gives us. It's just real good. Hey, we get to draw a card if we play the defend. Neat. And I did want to play that defend as well. It all works out. Temporal Strike as well that I wanted to play. Oh. What a gift. Let's pop a Fierce Bash up in there. Probably won't need it, but just in case. Oh, Giant Ball Beam, Giant Defend thereafter, and another Giant Ball Beam, another Giant Defend thereafter. God, it feels good. It is, however, incredibly cruel. Warpaint upon pickup, upgrade to random skills. Neat. Take a temporal shield. How bad is my defense? I don't think my defense is bad anymore. 3 defense, a curl up, bauble beam. No, we can still make room for a temporal shield here, definitely. Let's upgrade the clone so that it can always play it. Pair, raise max HP by 10. Neat. I don't think I should go to the extra elite, but if I do, like, I can't upgrade Fierce Bash multiple times, otherwise I'll start changing the enemy's intent, and so here is a thing that you can do in the mod, which is to give Bear his chip, but the reward is literally just pick a black card. Oh, wait, what? Pick a black card. Did it not used to be pick a black card? Because it now is. I'm gonna give Bear the chip then. My lucky chip, how can we even repay you? Here, take this mask as a symbol that you will always be one of us. We got the red mask from doing that, and also completed the quest and got a black card. Okay, never mind, that's possibly worth. Punishment, deal 1 damage for every card in your hand, draw and discard pile. Not a good idea for us, obviously. Final strike, deal 10 damage, deals 5 additional damage for all cards containing strike. Also not a good card for us, so I guess we just take execution. Shredded, for each card played for the rest of the combat, the enemy takes 10% more damage from attacks. Remove a card from the deck. Yeah, let's just get another strike out of there. Lovely. Receive 5 apparitions. No, the deck is already defensive enough. We're not going to want to take that. Okay, there's a pocket sentry. So it will actually pay me back 74, or rather it'll try and pay me back 74, but the ectoplasm will stop that from happening. I do have to remember that. I keep forgetting it. We don't play many attacks in the same turn? Yeah, not that many. That's effectively just me trying to figure out whether or not we should take the ornamental fan in this position. I'd say no. I shouldn't be collecting these quests because I don't get the money for them, but if I get a relic later that is going to give me extra strength for every quest I complete, then I can just turn in a bunch of quests. Maybe I take blind. I have no source of weakness in the entire deck yet. Seems useful. Alright. There's clone. Beautiful. So I definitely want to clone Time Bomb and play Time Bomb. Or rather, clone Time Bomb and have future plans out. So it's definitely... If I curl and play 2 cards afterwards, I'm already fine. So I can attack at the start then, right? Now, effectively, my job is only defend as heavily as I possibly can. Thank you, Pocket Sentry, for applying weak to all enemies as well, by the way. Between the Pocket Sentry and the Red Mask and our trip, we might be keeping all enemies weak at all times now, which is obviously pretty damn good. Yeah, that's right. It turns out that can actually be useful. Who'd have thunked it? Alright, so at the start of our next turn... These friends will be no longer. Beautiful. The time bombs do their best. Matryoshka, the next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics, another speed potion, as well as all walkers a way to actually benefit from a tick build, but also we don't really use anything related to strength often at all. And all stasis slots, rather, are already pretty packed. Let's upgrade the execution so that we can actually afford to play it in non-boss combats. Well, at least we already have a time beam out, although we do have to pitch in a little bit of damage ourselves. Specifically just because the time bomb's not going to be enough to take out these torch heads, so I'm going to have a little bit of my own damage in there as well. Clone the Bauble Beam, because Bauble Beam is so powerful here. Bauble Beam also gives us 3 more cards to play towards the accumulation of Shredded on a target that we've already applied that to, so it's always neat. Get way more Shredded. We're just getting fierce jacked, just goat as hell. Blows up all the enemies pretty easily. Play the defend for the draw. I do have to remember that at this point, there is actually a proper ordering to all of my cards, specifically because of the enemy taking extra damage. It's like as though my enemy has slow that retains over turns. I mean, it's very literally like that. Let's request the quest log. We pick up Medium Acid Slime, remove 5 cards, and Checkered Pen. Checkered Pen is whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Ooh. New Relic. One of the new relics I've been teased with, I have to imagine. Exploit Gems, Compile Package, and Gem Cannon. Exploit Gems is always really good, but Compile Package can be brokenly good. Massive Bombs is obviously incredible in the Compile Package. If I get Shapes. There's actually a couple other compiles that aren't really that good for us. I think we do take the Exploit Gems. Excavation Plan. On pickup, lose 2 stasis slots. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Cannot take it. Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you're onto a rest site. Very little HP for me. So Astrolabe, probably taking out a Strike, a Defend. A Strike and 2 Defends at this rate, actually. Hopefully we get some defensive cards here, then. Okay, so we got Spike Shields, gain 14 block. Piercing Hide, gain 8 block. Great. And Recover. All of them are cards that give us block. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted there. Okay. It's... I guess just these... all of those across and then throw the Time Bomb up there. No real interactability that turn. That's just how that one has to be. Alright, at least I have my Crystal Wards. So do I want to put the Fierce Bash up, or do I want to actually just throw it out this turn? Yeah, I can see myself throwing it this turn. Which is, of course, why I immediately did after that. So I can get a lot of the enemies very close to dying, but just a little far off. In defensive mode, beautiful. And let's recover Piercing Whale into stasis there. So the front line hits me and dies. Back line gets very close to it, and the mid line is shredded, so it's over. Time Bomb! Hell yeah! It's exactly what I wanted. Glowing Tesseract. I can't think of too many things I desperately want here. I guess I'll look at all the card selections anyway. Finesse is fine. Impatience, how many attacks? I have a couple attacks in this deck. Impatience probably isn't great. Transmutation, Discovery, and Enlightenment. Enlightenment reduces the cost of Fierce Bash, but ideally I don't play Fierce Bash for its actual cost at all. The Time Bombs, same. Bauble Beam I do play for its cost, but Bauble Beam and Spike Shields is not enough to take an Enlightenment. I do like Discovery. How many attacks do I have here, really? I play almost all of them every hand. Fine, we'll take all of them. Everything we were offered. I don't have the ability to trigger defensive mode here, so... an utter shame, I assure. So now all I have to do is live for the rest of the time until Time Bomb plays itself and we win. That looks like it's actually going to be a lot more tricky than I suspected it might be. Just going to knock you out of existence and then correctly take damage to the exploder directly behind. I also hadn't considered the fact that these exploders don't necessarily want to wait for me. Please draw a card that deals damage. Okay. I'm going to speed potion twice here to defend myself against the 8 and the 30 of the backline. Timed that one poorly. Let's take none of those, thank you. Let's escape to the staircase. I've tried to do this before and I got punished. Really hardcore. I don't want to lose again. That's honestly the long and short of it. Future plans. Let's clone a bomb. Then I'll play a bomb. Weaken an enemy. Twin slam as well. Why not? And put another bomb up there. So we have 80 damage just ready to happen, really, at any point. Not so fussed about when it occurs. Execution is going to be absolutely great for us here. Choose one of 3 package stats you had. I'm going to take the bronze armor for artifact here, just because the enemy is trying to afflict us with vulnerability at this point in time, and that's not going to be good. Well, they actually still managed to afflict us with vulnerability. Patience draws 3 cards for us. Lovely. Let's go for the Bauble Beam. What's the worst that happens? So we curl up, throw out spike shields, defend, 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 and then the enemy hits us and dies. Right? Because that's what all these temporary thorns are saying to me. Ruby, probably not for the exploit gem. Really? It's a shame. Alright. Other time bomb needs to be upgraded. Discovery needs to be upgraded. Impatience needs to be upgraded. Got a couple things on my wish list at the very least. The temporal shields up there as well, just so I have defense in a couple turns' time. Alright, so we've got execution and blind. It's ultimately okay. I'm still sad that I put the temporal shield in there though, because it prevented me from putting the fierce bash up there. We should pretty well be able to full defend here. What a gem finder. There's a bunch of gems I'd take at this point in time. Piercing, spike, and I'll also recover a fierce bash, so we have that start going off. Unfortunately, the bombs have just blown up, by the way, and yeah, that's right, the enemy is intangible. So I chose the wrong turn to play them on. I've got to remember that it is the amount of turns later that is equal to the cost of the card plus 1. Got to remind myself of that more often. Right. And now I can put a time bomb up there now. It should be 3 turns away. It's an odd number, so now it should explode on the right turn, time bomb? At least that's how I understand it. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong on this one as well, and actually I'd rather not be corrected. I will just wallow in my lack of knowledge. Although it does look like I'm correct on this one. Beautiful. Woo! Finally. Had to happen eventually. And we even get the Fierce Bash back at the right time to do 190 damage. Satchel, at the end of your turn, retain 1 card, as well as Onyx. Ooh. Gain 1 artifact, lose 1 HP. Throw that in the exploit gems. That's power. And courts. Yup. So now the exploit gems draws 2 cards, loses 1 HP and gains an artifact. It also has the ability to do another thing after that, which will unlock the slot for first. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rescue, add a card to your deck, as well as the Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. I'm going to steer clear of those elites. I am honestly pretty terrified of what they'll do. I think I give up Discovery now? I haven't been using it much, I haven't got time to upgrade it anymore, and it just got me a bunch of HP. Bunch of HP, well, 9. That's HP, that's some. Alright, we'll take the ride there, it does nothing to us because of the Omori. Okay. I mean, this all ends up working, but it shouldn't. At least no one's bellowing on turn 1, so maybe we do get to the turn for the time bomb here. And everything's fine for that reason. Maybe. I have seen crazier things happen. Oh! First choice was retained, second choice was stasis. Got it. Got it. I mean, now I just block as heavily as I possibly can, right? Yeah, just wait for it. We've got this. Finally, we got the time bombs off as a deck. Finally. Speed Potion, as well as another Bauble Beam. That's also a Dex. Ancient Power is difficult to turn down even when it's not upgraded. Gain 1 Dex and 1 Artifact. Add a random power card to your hand. It costs 1 less this combat. That Artifact can be really good. Especially if I use it with the Speed Potion. Just overwhelm the boss fight. Damn it! I forgot. Retain stasis, retain stasis, retain stasis. Gotta remember that, right? Okay. Obviously start out with the Twin Strike. Ooh. Okay, I'll do that and then recover the Twin Strike. Which filled up all of my slots. Why'd I do that? I was thinking I was gonna put the Fierce Bash up there, but I forgot the recover puts it back into my hand. Sorry, recover puts it back into the stasis rather than in my hand. That's what I meant to say. Okay. My official stated goal at this point in time is just deal, or rather play as many cards as is possible to deal as much damage as is possible from our Shredded. Seems to have worked out well. Energy Potion, as well as Emergency. Accelerate your rightmost card in its stasis until its turn counter reaches 0. I'm going to take that card as well. Just spice things up a wee bit here. We'll also upgrade the Blind, just because we're fighting Donu and Decker. Collect all of our quests at this point in time as well. They're well earned. They might as well not go to waste. Let's pick up the Power Potion to find... Gain 2 Dex while in defensive mode, gain 2 defensive mode. Okay, so we'll do this, because you gain Temporary Thorns if you are in defensive mode from Spike Shields. So now when I play spike shields, I'll gain momentary spikes, but those spikes will stay with me. Then I future plans, clone a time bomb, and temporal strike. I mean, that's not bad. Gotta remember, retain first. Okay, so we'll Ancient Power here first, then use a Speed Potion. So now I've got the extra dex as well. Stasis Engine for every third zero-cost card you play. Gain an energy and draw a card. We have a couple of zero-cost cards in the deck, but not that many. Oh, never mind. Bauble Beam generates Crystal Wards, which are zero-cost cards. I keep forgetting about that actual zero-cost synergy in the game. Somehow, despite the fact that it is so clear. We'll retain that and we'll not put anything into stasis here. We need the spot in stasis left for Fierce Bash later. Oh look, it's Fierce Bash later. Your rightmost stasis cards. That'll only hit Time Bomb. Eh. That's fine. I don't get anything better out of it here anyway. Retain, and then throw the Fierce Bash up there to deal extra damage later. The Thorns are doing a lot of my work right now. They are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Alright, we'll exploit gems, and then spikes for the exact same thing we did last time with it. In fact, for that same reason, I'm going to put an exploit gems up in there, so it's only got a 1 on its counter as well, because it's 0 cost, so that just means it'll be my next hand. Ready for whatever that is. Okay, good Bauble Beam. Start out with that. Play an absolutely insane amount of defense for that little cost. The Bauble Beam, lovely. It's neat how this zero cost build is like in small ways synergizing with other things like the shredded modifier from Infinite Spire. Let's weaken them all again. Finally murder the backliner. Not in defensive mode, so let's go into defensive mode and then get some more temporary thorns. Just seems like the done thing, really. One of these days, this Fierce Bash is going to come down and we're going to actually use it to deal damage. It's going to be glorious. Until such a time, we will only hope and pray that it is worth our time. Gotta remember that just stacking a bunch of different effects is not actually how I want to beat Decker here. There we go. Curl up, defend, and just watch Decker defeat themselves. Choose a card into stasis? No. We're just gonna smugly sit and watch. Prime Directed, destroy the heart. 970 on the Guardian here. Dealt against it. First Guardian win, but 2 perfects. And looked like it was pretty wrapped in the bag the entire time. Especially after we got the Fierce Bash, so we had the ability to go for the long combats as well. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.